This is ridiculous. Parliament's arrogance is staggering. They passed the Tea Act that expect us to sip their heavily taxed poison.
Agreed. They have no right to force us to buy their tea. The East India Company ships are sitting right on Griffin's Wharf. Every day they sit there, the outrage grows.
It's the principle, isn't it? No representation, not even a seat at their table, yet they command what we buy, what we sell, and what we drink. We're being treated like children.
And their presence is a mockery.
Yeah.
There are still British soldiers flooding the streets every day, here to enforce these wretched laws. This is becoming military occupation, not governance.
The issue is sovereignty. We should be allowed to live and govern in our colonies as freeborn Englishmen, with the liberties we are due. Their monopolies and taxes are tearing apart the foundation of our rights.
Beyond liberty, this act is crushing local business. I'm losing money because of this act. They grant a monopoly to the East India Company, undercutting every honest merchant in Boston. We are losing our rights and our livelihoods.
The time for polite petitions is over. We have to do something significant and immediate about this. Mere complaints won't make the Crown listen this time.
I agree with you all. The ships are here, the tea is here, and the patience of the people is running out. The time for talk ends now. We need to figure out what to do tonight.
Yes, you're right.
The time for talk has ended. The ships must not be allowed to unload the tea, and we certainly cannot let it be seized by customs, which is the only other option.
Seizure means the king wins, and the principle of taxation stands. We need a visible, unforgettable protest. What do you propose, Sam?
Tonight, we gather the citizens, the Sons of Liberty, at the Old South Meeting House. We make one final appeal to Governor Hutcherson to send those ships back to England. When he refuses, which he surely will,
Then we go to the harbor. We send a message that London can't ignore. But how do we get onto the ships without being labeled as common thieves?
We must make it clear this is political action, not personal plunder. We destroy the tax product, but nothing else. No theft, no damage to the ships.
The British troops are thick on the streets. If we are caught openly, the retaliation will be brutal. We need a way to obscure our identities.
Disguise, we use our old ways, dress as the Mohawk Indians. It shows the Crown that we consider ourselves true natives of this land, independent of their rule. It's a statement about our new identity.
A symbolic act, then a theatrical protest, but we need a disciplined group. This cannot devolve into a drunken mob.
it won't. When the signal is given at the Old Meeting House, 50 determined men, led by soldiers we trust, will proceed to Griffin's Wharf. We will board the ships, break open the crates, and send every ounce of East Indian Company trash into the sea.
Well then, my task will be to be ready. I'll ensure the communication is swift and the men are gathered. Tonight, Boston speaks. Quickly, guys. Silence is our best weapon. No talking. Let the only sound be the splitting of the wood. Hughes, you take the forehatch.
Captain, the rope and tackle are ready. We lift the hatch now.
The crowd is massive. Thousands are watching, but they are silent. Their discipline is essential. If we loot, we fail.
No tea on a person. No ships destroyed. We are not destroying property. We are not stealing property. This is to protest the tea, not turning it into a theft ring.
More men on the ropes. Get those chests onto the deck. Remember, 2 hatches are open. We need speed.
For Boston, for liberty. Smash!
Wow, we're doing so good.
Do you think I look like an Indian?
Yeah.
That is the sound of the Stamp Act, the Townsend Act, and the Tea Act washing away with the sea.
Are those Indians?
We've only gotten about 6 or 7 crates off, sir.
The Dartmouth is nearly empty, Sam. Switching to the Eleanor. The other crews are moving fast.
Good. Ensure no tea is scattered on the deck when we leave. Sweep it all up into the tide. When the sun rises, the only evidence of our work will be a very expensive, very wet tide mark. This night will change everything.
Attention loyal subjects of the crown. Are you tired of that bitter, smug Dutch tea? Are you wary of dealing with those rough local merchants and their questionable deals? The British East India Company has delivered. A fresh, magnificent shipment of the finest teas is now available directly through His Majesty's approved agents.
Affiliate with the respectable class. Enjoy a perfectly legal, perfectly priced, and perfectly delicious cup of tea. Don't let petty political squabbles spoil your afternoon ritual.
Ask your local consignee about our limited time offer while supplies last. Remember, buying official tea is simply good business. Consult your designated customs officers for details. Have a pleasant evening. Boston, December 17th, 1773. Yesterday evening, following a massive assembly of citizens at the Old South Meeting House, an event of immense political significance transpired at Griffin's Wharf. Around the hours of 9 p.m., as final frustrating demands for Governor Hutcherson to send the East Indian Company ships back to London were refused, a large party of patriots, many disguised in the guise of Mohawks, descended upon the harbor. The targets were the 3 merchant vessels, the Dartmouth, the Eleanor, and the Beaver, which held the controversial and heavily taxed tea shipment. In an act of unified, silent determination, the disguised men boarded the ship and systematically breached 342 chests of tea. The contents, valued at thousands of pounds sterling, were then poured into the salt water of the harbor. The entire operation was conducted with a discipline that was both surprising and formidable. No other property was damaged, no one was injured, no looting took place. This was not a riot of common criminals, but a targeted destruction of goods to protect the tax imposed by a parliament in which we have no voice. The message sent from Boston tonight is clear and unmistakable. The king's authority to tax us without representation has been drowned. Let London hear the sounds of its monopoly sinking to the bottom of the sea. The men dispersed quietly before midnight, leaving the harbor stained with tea and air changed with revolutionary spirit. The consequences of this night are yet to be seen, but the resolve of the American people is now written in the tide.
We've done it, but London's response will be fierce.
Let them come. If we stand alone, we're rebels. If we stand together, patriots.
Yeah.
They can't raise that tea back from the sea. Boston has spoken.
We have shown discipline and purpose. We are not rioters, we are citizens claiming their rights.
The crown will try to choke this town. They will hit our commerce, our wallets, our freedoms.
Then we brace ourselves. Boston won't suffer alone. Word is already spreading.
Riders are on every road. By sunset, the entire continent will know.
London will call us criminals, vandals, traitors. But we acted because tyranny leaves us no other choice. Rights do not come from kings or parliament. They are born with the people. Last night we stood together, but not as merchants or lawyers or laborers, but as free men. Whatever comes next, punishment, blockades, even war, history will remember this night as the moment liberty found its voice.
The audacity. 3 pence a pound? 3 pence? I'll show them intolerable acts.
Hold fast, good sir. Before you do something you will regret. You need to calm your colony. Then call the Patriots POT hotline.
Yes, hello? I'm absolutely furious. I'm thinking about dressing as a Native American and throwing 92,000 pounds of private property into the water. Is this normal?
Sir, that is a very expensive and complicated way to make a political statement. We suggest you write a strongly worded letter and punch a pillow.
Wow. Thank you, POT Hotline. I feel better already.
We crossed the line last night, Sam. There's no turning back.
Nor should we, not when freedom's at stake.
News is spreading faster than ever.
Let it spread hope.
And fury if needed.
We did it right. I feel it.
The first step towards something larger, something unstoppable.
Last night, tea sank, but something far greater rose in its place. A spirit no empire can contain.
Months later, Parliament passed the Coercive Act, meant to punish Boston. Instead, they united the colonies. The path to revolution had begun.